when Tom presented me with the opportunity, it was a no-brainer for me.
It's not a publicity stunt. I'm proud of it. It bears their name, the name of their city that they call home.
And all of this is very exciting. I think hopefully the fans are very excited. It's a long race, and we're at the very start. So it's what you do every day that puts you in the best position to succeed. Who's my hero? It's a great question. Well, I think my dad is my hero.
Did you listen to what they said? It's playing in front of a full crowd and the detriment of what happens when it gets quiet. Our success is dependent on you. I'm optimistic, and you should be too. You're the influencers, right? You're the people that are out there. People listen to you. History tells us that that's the case. You're hearing it from our players. You're hearing it from our coaches. And so let's show our side how much we care. The loudness of what it's like to play in St. Andrews.
Big news that's broke out for the Underdogs, Birmingham City Football Club and Wrexham. Really exciting stuff. Really good story to read out.
We're going to spend $2 to $3 billion on a new stadium, but we're not going anywhere, okay? We're not leaving, okay?
Going on, guys, it's me again, the boy in blue, and welcome back to the channel and another video. I just want to thank you all for your continued support. As always, it does mean the world to me, and loving the banter with the Villa fans, by the way. I just want to rewind. So 2023 was a very exciting time because we had years of bad ownership in terms of Blues. We've had two saviours come in my opinion, Tom Wagner and then the minority owner, Tom Brady, with his experience on the field. You know, he's been there and done it himself. He's ranked 7th best NFL player in the world. With his knowledge, sports science and everything else that he can implement into Blues, he's going to be absolutely fantastic going forward as the years do go on. But yeah, there's three things that I really love about Tom Brady that I can really relate to. Number one, being that his dad is his hero. Number two, he's all for the underdog teams. Same as me, like I was at school, you know, I always love being the underdog playing against the best kids and stuff. So I can really relate to that. Also as well, he is for the people, makes time for people, and he's just a genuine guy. So fair play to Tom. So yeah, there's a very, very interesting news article. I want to just shout out to Duncan because he was messaging me yesterday, telling me all about it and stuff. So thank you, Dunk. We're going to talk about it now. We are going to be talking about this major story. So Blues have been relegated to the 3rd tier, as we all know. Wrexham have now been promoted. You've had Ryan Reynolds take over, and it's just been really positive for them. So fair play to Wrexham. You know, same again, under-invested football club, and yeah, someone's came in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he's turning the corner for Wrexham as well. I know that they've got the series on Netflix as well, which is really good to watch. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I even joked about it as well on the comment that I put on. Imagine having a pint with Tom Brady and Ryan Reynolds at a football match in the third tier. That is on my bucket list this season. But yeah, I'm going to share this screen with you now, guys. It's really good for the underdog football teams. So they basically want the Birmingham City game and the Wrexham game to be played in America. But I've done a bit of research on some stuff that I'm going to go into in the video. So hopefully you can stick around to see what I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, the latest news says that Birmingham City versus Wrexham New York game raised amid Tom Brady and Ryan Reynolds links. The latest Birmingham City talking points from Birmingham Live, as the finance expert comes with a radical suggestion that affect Tom Wagner and Rob McElhenney. Birmingham City's match with Wrexham could be the first EFL fixture to be staged in the United States. That is absolutely fantastic, and I'll get to that in a bit after reading this article. That's according to the football finance expert, Dr. Rob Wilson, director of the VSI Executive Education, who notes the American ownership of both clubs and the fact that both clubs are now rivals in League One. So I just want to say congratulations to Wrexham as well, for getting promoted. It's absolutely fantastic. I bet you guys are absolutely buzzing as well as fans. While Wrexham have a growing following on the other side of the Atlantic, courtesy of Hollywood owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, Blues are hoping to increase their profile following the takeover by Tom Wagner's United Group and the involvement of the NFL legend Tom Brady. Wagner has massive plans to raise Blues globally standing, and Wilson thinks that could even mean a trip stateside. Wrexham versus Birmingham City is a good bet for the first football league game to take place abroad, Wilson told www.olbg.com. Reading into some data from the customers' lifetime Vale Group, they say that they are tens of millions of football supporters in the United States that are undecided on which team to follow. That's a market of huge significance, and it absolutely is. The amount of revenue that this game could create, and as well being the third tier footballing game, is just phenomenal. And I just love it how they're doing it with the underdogs as well. Brilliant. It's about time that some of the underdog football teams get a piece of the pie as well. You've got high-profile Amazon investors. I've got a celebrity following at both Wrexham and Birmingham City, so having a game in place like San Diego or New York in an iconic venue that could attract fans and definitely work. But Wrexham are a much higher profile than Birmingham City at the moment, and you only got to do research on that in terms of their Netflix series as well, which has took off and it's brilliant. It is worth noting there is certainly no suggestion from anyone at Blues that this is even a prospect under consideration. So yeah, big talking point, big for both clubs. I think it'd be absolutely superb. The amount of revenue that it would create. I'm going to share this screen with you now, guys, because if you guys look at this, this is the average revenue what we make in the United Kingdom in terms of sporting event revenue across all forms of sport. So the revenue in the sport events market is projected to reach 2.49 billion in 2024. And then I'm going to share this screen with you now, guys, because this one is what is generated in America, and it is phenomenal figures in terms of what we actually produce. Revenue in the sport events market is projected to reach 16.43 billion in 2024. And just for a game with Blues and Wrexham, the amount of revenue that could create for both clubs is just fantastic, and it all gets pumped back into the clubs as well. So, I'm all for the underdogs and getting a piece of the pie. It's brilliant. It's about time that some other teams did, get a piece of the action. And I'm really looking forward to it, and I really do hope that it does go ahead with it. There is also another screen that I want to share with you guys, because Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney actually took over Wrexham in 2020, and since they have took over, it's been absolutely fantastic. They've been champions recently, runners up in like the second season of those guys being there. So it's been really positive for Wrexham, and I'm going to share another screen with you now, guys, because if you actually look at their revenue over the years, so that when they took over Wrexham, they only had a turnover of 1.76 million. Since their investment and presence within the club of Wrexham, they have actually made 10.48 million in revenue. So, I mean, that is fantastic. Yeah, it's superb, really, for Wrexham. Really exciting stuff. Also, as well, I'm going to share this screen with you now, guys, as well, because it was saying that Hollywood pair, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, have propelled Wrexham to a new level of fame, purchasing the club in November 2020. And what I really like about these two guys as well is, they're just like Tom Brady, just genuine. They're both really funny as well. I mean, obviously, you've seen them like in the films and acting. I am a big fan of Ryan Reynolds. It is on my bucket list to try and see him at the Wrexham game. To be honest, it would be fantastic. Even just getting some photos or like some video footage of him. But yeah, a massive fan of him. Love his films. But yeah, since they've come in, they're genuine, down to earth for the fans. And if you watch the series and that, they've just got to feel how they can relate to why they chose Wrexham, Underdogs, and that family feeling vibe with the fans as well, which is brilliant in the villages that they grow up. Yeah, we are going to be reading through some of your comments now from when I was talking about the recruitment process, on your thoughts from last season, if you thought that that did have an impact on how we performed. So I'm going to be reading out some of your comments now, guys. These are some of your comments, Charlie. I have no problem at all with Gardner. He could only work with certain limitations, and he's never had any real money to work with. We will see how the recruitment is now. We've got a few quid. Really good comment there, mate. John Warren, yeah, we need to recruit some decent players this time round. Crimson, people who have moaned about Gardner need to remember that all the FFP issues were under and stuff like that this season. It's the first time in years we don't have FFP issues. They bring in players again and it fails, and then questions need to be asked about the recruitment. Tony, we are still hampered by FFP last season, and to get decent players on the cheap, we took a risk. We got players who were injury prone and players getting over long-term injuries. The inline, the recruitment needs to be massively improved for permanent transfers. We've had Sarkic, Trusty, Stansfield, win player of the season as loan players in the past few seasons, which on the other hand is good to have identified them, but long term our own squad suffers. Scooby, I can't wait to see Junior Dixon come through. Yeah, and I can't either. Now the academy, the under-21s has been absolutely brilliant, and I don't know why we didn't even try him in the season just gone. But yeah, great comment, mate. Paul, exactly that, mate. Blues need to get it right on the pitch as well as off the pitch. Keep right on, come on. Gee whiz, mate. Do AC to you, active. Michael Quinn, Gardner is decent, to be honest. In the last couple of years, we've won battles for loan players and signings that we might have not completed without him. Who are we going to sign for League One, though? We can't compete with Championship teams for loans, and Wrexham will grab all the decent players. A little bit anxious about it, but keep right on. Craig, the pull will be massive compared to anyone in League One. We can certainly sign who we want down there, like we did in 94, 95. Just my fish. Gardner has done a decent job. Scout the players or pick them. He sells the club to the player and finalises his contracts. I don't know why he gets so much stick. It's not down to him. Only a few players never worked out, and that was down to so much up-level managers gaming and going. Too much info rammed into the players that leads to contradicting tactics. Yeah, very good point. Football edits, we need to hit the market early, get out of business done early, so we have the team together for the pre-season. Lots more games next season, so it needs strength in depth. I would assume that Mr. Mowbray will be very much involved in the process. Please, and bring some of the under-21s through. Keep right on. Stand for truth. I want to firstly know who the manager is going to be. We are hearing silence at the moment, which doesn't seem good to me. Yeah, we just got to be patient, mate. I mean, hopefully Tony comes back. I think Tony will be the best manager that Blues have had in a very long time. Every club that he's been to, he's got a good track record, and everybody loves him from the clubs that he's been to. And he would be my number one choice, and I just hope he's okay. But head towed, yes, but if you want to get promoted done by Christmas, get 100 points and guaranteed promotion. We need to sign some good championship players, as we can't afford to stay down more than one season. So let's buy the best players, win the league ASAP. We got the cash. Let's splash it and make sure we go up champions. How can anyone defend Gardner? He's responsible for the recruitment, not the people looking around clubs. He's not doing his homework. There's rumours of Steve Bruce returning to the club, according to the latest Blues news. You can't defend Gardner. Poor recruitment of not even average players there. Home clubs don't want. Ricky Harris, for fuck's sake, the recruitment by Gardner has been a hit and miss, mate. Paik and Miyoshi have been his best finds, but then I think Tyler Robertson, Keshi, being good signings. AU was hit and miss, started off well and then struggled. Dembele started off, but he only plays one way, so Gardner did okay. Could argue he could have done better. I've seen things that Mowbray could be back soon. Not paying too much attention to it till he himself and Blues confirm it's true and needs a massive say to go for and sign. It's not the end of the world, it's the beginning of a new era. So that is your comments, guys. Absolutely fantastic, and thank you all for commenting and supporting the channel. And if you love the Blues like I do, then please hit the subscribe button. Keep right on, Bluenoses. It's really exciting stuff. And yeah, it'd be brilliant if this game did go ahead with Blues and Wrexham. The amount of revenue that it would create, it'd be brilliant. But yeah, keep right on, Bluenoses. Up the Blues, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It is completely free, and it'll just notify you when I do some more videos. Keep right on.